In today's video, we are using a napkin, lace, binding string, and book pages to make 4 wonderful, beautiful, fun items for our junk journals. This is Mini Challenge in the Challenge 2.4, and we're gonna make this. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, it's Julie, and it's Friday, so it is time for our mini challenge in the challenge. This is part of our monthly challenge here on the Dear Julie channel. We make a junk journal each month with specific things that we have to do. The details for the February challenge are in the description box down below. You still have 3 days. You could just about do it. We have several that do it on the last day, and so the details video will also tell you why you might want to actually make a journal and for a challenge. So our mini challenge in the challenge, we do that each week. It gives us some other fun things to add to our journal, as well as sometimes there are restrictions, and the mini challenges give us a chance to add in the items that we might not have been able to add. So this time we are using a napkin. Okay, so you're going to be using a napkin, book pages, binding string. So you can, if you're using embroidery thread, whatever it is that you're using to bind your journal, you need to use that in this challenge, and lace. So you can have like a lace doily curtain, lace. You could have paper lace, any of those things. And we are going to make 4 items. So 4 items using, so it's the 4x4. We are using napkin, book page, lace, and binding string. You can use other things as well, and so let's get right to it. So to start off with, I have pulled out some book pages from The Cat Who Talked Turkey. So this is one of the ones that I like to use, and I'm just going to go ahead and very simply we will go ahead and fold this. Now, the page that I chose is blank, blank, and blank. So I am just going to decorate or embellish this front piece, and I'm going to do it with my napkin. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off, and I am going to go ahead and rip off the title. Okay, so this is what I've got. Okay, this is what I have here. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go ahead and grab my napkin. So this is the napkin that was in my chocolate desserts kit, and it is a beautiful rose. And we're going to go ahead and try and separate our ply, because your napkin will have more than one piece. They call that ply, just like some other things in our life. And we're going to go ahead and fold that. Okay, and I'm going to take a look at it, because sometimes there will be a beautiful image on here. Today, not so much. I'm going to put it aside because I can use that for cleaning. Then I'm going to check one more time and check, and yes, there is, because this still felt like it had more, and it does. It has another ply. Okay, so carefully going to go ahead and pull that. And you can see this is a beautiful napkin. I mean, it is going to be awesome to use. Okay. And you'll see I'm using this napkin also on my DIY channel. That is Dear Julie Home and Garden DIY Home and Garden. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and look at this and figure out just how I want to put this on here. I do want the words to show up. I would like some of this, the crosshatches down here, or lattice, to show up. And so I'm going to go ahead and look at there. I can cut it right on here. I'm going to cut it a little bigger than what it actually needs. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the bottom of my glue here, because this is the first one I'm doing, so it should have time to dry before, because we're going to go ahead and do this and then we'll set it aside. I want to make sure we go all the way to the outside. Okay, you can also do the cling wrap method to get your napkin to adhere to the paper, and I've done that a few times on this channel. Okay, I'm going to just go ahead and put it down and then gently pat it down. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Now, one of the best things you can do is to go ahead and, oh, you know what? We ripped. Let's see if we can. I'm going to just hold, because I ripped it, I'm going to go ahead and hold. And I planned on this, so I thought it would be kind of cool to have a little bit of the white showing. Okay. So there we go. So we could sew around it, and for me that's one of the best ways to be able to one of my favorite ways to use the napkins is to sew around the edge to help to hold it down. But I think that with this glue we're going to be just fine. And so we're going to go ahead, set that aside, and let it dry. You can see here I have okay, this one. And the back is basically clear, which is really kind of cool. I mean, if you can go through and at least use all your clear pages from your book like they are cardstock, I think that that is a great thing. So with this, okay, I am again going to, yeah, I'm going to cut that off. I am going to cut it. I'm going to cut it before we do anything. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and take it up, cut it. Okay, so for this one, I have, or I should have, some paper lace over here. There's my lace doilies. Regular doilies. Aha. There it is. Okay, so I have this piece of paper lace. And what I'm going to do this time is, it doesn't really matter that this is, sorry about that. We'll just go ahead and grab a page out of the book. I like these books. They're the Lillian Jackson cat books, and one of the things that I really like about them is that the paper is really nice. Really nice paper. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to make one of our little pockets that I like to make out of book pages. And I'm going to pull this side over. Actually, we'll make a bigger pocket than we usually do, because I'm going to put this in the book. It's not going to be a floating pocket. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and glue this down. So I'm going to put my glue across here and down this. I can go ahead, fold that down, fold this back, and that gives me that. Okay. I am going to go ahead and put my lace on here before I add the no, we'll put the napkin on. Okay, so if we go same direction, this time with a little more of this. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach this in the same way. You see, I'm using the bottom of my Tombow Mono liquid glue here. And that's so that I can use every drop of my bottle of glue, and it gives me great coverage. And you saw that I used this when I made the cover, and it worked out really well. It dried really well. It took it a little more than the 18 hours to dry totally, but it did dry. Okay, so for this time, I'm going to go ahead and put this whole piece. Oh, but I don't want the words. We're supposed to be over here. I was like, I don't remember the words showing up there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this down. Again, just tapping it down and then gently rubbing it back and forth. I've had people ask about wrinkles and stuff like that. It gets a little bit of wrinkles, and I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Okay, so you see. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to put some glue here on this edge piece and this edge piece. Okay. And then I'm going to put it on the table and bend it over. And then clean up the glue. Okay, put it on the table, bend it over, and we get that nice folded edge on those two sides. Okay, Okay, so this time we are going to be adding, let's go ahead and clean up this edge, or at least the corner part. Okay, we're going to be adding this lace, and it's going to, since we cleaned up those two edges, it's going to go on this side. And I'm just going to go ahead and do a swervy rather than straight, just kind of like lace would have. It probably wouldn't be all straight. So this is a piece of paper lace, and if you purchase the chocolate kit, it came with this paper lace in it. I'm going to go ahead and put a strip of our glue down. Okay. Put this paper lace. Now this is cake decorating lace right here, you guys. This paper lace, it's the lace that they put around the bottom of, it's straight lace. There's also, they'll also have the ruffly kind, but this is a piece of the straight lace. Okay, so we have a pocket with lace, and I'm gonna want to punch a hole. So I have my 1-inch hole punch here. And I'm going to bring it down, and this does two things. It makes it so that you can tell it's a pocket, but it also makes it easier to put something into the pocket. Okay, so there's that. So now, so we have our book page, our napkin, and we have our lace. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the binding string, and I'm going to come around. You saw me do this on the cover, so I thought, well, we should probably do it a couple places on the inside. There's that. I'm all stuck. There we go. Just like that. And then I'm going to come in with some of the fabric tack, and I'm going to put a glue dot behind the knot. A glue dot behind the knot. And that should help everything stay in place. So the other thing is that we have been doing in this journal is we have been using the Rapunzel hair. Not a whole lot, but we have used it, and I think that it might be kind of fun to put a little tiny piece of this, a little bow behind our string bow here. So I went around 4 times, went around 3 times. I'm going to do the twist. And then find the double-sided tape. Okay. There we go. If I can mesh this a little smaller. Okay. So we'll put this behind the bow. Just like that. And we're also gonna add some fabric tack, okay? I look over the fingernail polishes right there and I'm like, oh, we could add some glitter to this envelope, but this is a recipe journal. I'm not going to put glitter. Not going to put glitter in it. Okay, so there we go. We'll let that dry. So we have book page, napkin, lace, and binding string. And we have a beautiful pocket that I think is gonna work along with our fun and pretty items that we have. Okay, so this is getting a little curly, so we're just gonna come back and curl it the other way. Okay. I am going to use this. Now this is not one of the ones that was in the kit. It is an extra one that I had. Okay, so and I want to make sure I'm using all the pieces, all the scraps. So, and you will see on Sunday where that came from. Okay, so I'm getting myself a piece of the binding string threaded. Binding string threaded. Okay, so that is ready. And there's that. And oh, you know what? Just so that we don't have okay, I'm gonna take this off. This, the paper lace is in the kit. Okay. Okay, so we go ahead and continue our paper lace up like this. Okay, and we can put that behind. Okay, and we're going to glue this down. And this is going to be a journaling card, or it can obviously because this is a recipe journal, it will be able to hold a recipe. And put that right down there. And I'm going to put this right down here. So isn't this something? So the book page, basically trash. The paper lace, that was the scrap. And this was a scrap also. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I want to do the same technique, but I only want it to be in the front of our little thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I want it to come underneath my words. So I'm going to come over here and do the old press in, and that will give me where to go through with my needle. Okay. I want to make sure that I leave enough on this end so I can make a bow like we did before. Okay, and yes, you do need to make 4 different items. Okay, so 4 different items using your 4 things. Your binding string, your napkin, your book page, and your lace. And yes, you can use other things as well. Okay, it's all going in that same spot. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go this direction. I don't know why. It just feels like I'm supposed to be in this direction to make this bow. Okay. So just tie a bow, just like we did before. Catch the needle, put it in the kitty. I have a kitty pen cushion up there from back when I couldn't have a kitty because I had a dog that played too hard, so we couldn't have a kitty. Okay, so there's that, and I like that we left this. We can cut, we can cut it down. As a matter of fact, I think we will cut it down a little bit. But I like that white edge just as for something different. Let's go ahead and do the Rapunzel hair again to keep this cohesive. And that's just going around the finger, the 4 fingers, 4 or 5 times, 6 times, whatever, and then around 3 fingers. And again, I go around the 2 different places because then when I take it and I wrap it around, I get loops of all different sizes. And if string goes out, it's okay because you can cut it. Okay, we're going to do this. This time we're going to go much thinner. Oh, we still got a big piece there. But that's okay. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this to itself. Okay, so you see we just wrap it to itself, then pull it apart. It's double-sided tape. Go ahead, scrunch that up. We're going to put that in underneath our knot, our bow. Looking to see if we have any more. We do, but I don't like that look anyway. Okay, back to the fabric tack. Put down a puddle. Okay. And that is our little project number 2. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, so for our next one, I am going to use my graph paper. Okay, and on one side, I'm going to go ahead and go with the awesome edge that we get. Okay. The little lattice edge. Okay. So this time what I'm going to do, since it's graph paper, I'm going to look at my graph paper, figure out where the glue should go till. Okay. Go ahead and mark it. Let's open the paper. Oh. Okay, so we have 2 done, and we're on to number 3. Our graph paper this time does not count as book paper, even if it came out, unless it comes, well, your book paper should have words on it this time, you guys. It should have words. It should be actual book pages, like scraps that, basic, like trash. because sometimes I let your book page be any kind of book. But this time we want books. Books, books, books. Okay, so here we go. And we have, do we want that or do we want, I think I want it this. That's going to be more subtle at the edge of it. Subtle. Please don't make fun of the way I talk. Okay. It's okay. I talk funny. Some words just don't come out right. Subtle. There, that's better. I fixed it. The bummer is I could see the word with anybody else brain do that? I can actually see the word I'm saying spelled out like it's in a dictionary when I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Okay, so I have glue here and it's kind of irritating, but I have an idea. I'm going to go ahead and add some more. Okay, so we have this little piece of glue here, and we are going to look for our pages that we are using. And remember, I have this page. I'm going to put this up beside me. I don't know how the grammar police and the glue police find me. Find my channel. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this long string of words. I'm going to take a look at it. Oh my gosh, gelato's on there, Nutella's on there. We haven't had those before. Rum raisin, sherbet, key lime, coconut sugar cubes, apple pie, berry crisp, shortbread, trifle, cinnamon toast, cookie dough, chocolate pie, jello. Wow, those are all different than we've had before. Okay, we'll go ahead and we're just gonna put this strip with all those words, and we're gonna cover up where my glue went overboard. Okay, so it's like the little life jacket of the the napkin page, the little life jacket. Okay, so there we go, and there we go. I love it. So that napkin on the edge, and we have a little napkin mishap down here, but it's okay. Well, we could fix that with a little bit of this. I think we will. Why not? Okay, so let's go ahead, figure out. I'm going to lay it beside it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, and I don't want it to be straight across at the top. We'll go ahead and add some glue here. Let's measure. We're going to go right to the top of trifle, cinnamon toast, cookie dough, chocolate pie. Okay. Then we'll go ahead and take this piece, and yes, you can layer your napkin. So go ahead and put your floral napkin right on top of your lattice And then if you didn't go all the way over, come over and put some right onto the napkin. I don't usually put it right on the napkin. Sometimes I do, but I usually don't because napkins are so fragile when you're working with them. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? A beautiful edge to the page right there. And we've only used one thing so far here. But we're going to come back to this book page, and it was hilarious because I actually find myself reading the book pages, and it said, before going indoors to brew a cup of coffee. I was like, oh. So, yeah, we're going to brew a cup of coffee because we have done coffee stuff in this particular journal. A lot of it. So we're going to brew a cup of coffee. Okay. But we're not going to brew it on this page. Okay. Now, well, I'm going to probably come back and do something else there. Okay, so I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take a square of our little lattice, and I'm going to put it right up here. Okay, you know what? Let's put it on this side because sometimes this side gets neglected. Have you noticed that? Does that happen in yours? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more napkin to this page. Okay, so I got a little bit to come out, and I'm just moving it back and forth, making my little square. Take my little square, put it on, and as you can see, it doesn't go all the way to the edge. So there's that. Here's our brew a cup of coffee. I saw that we have this little pink piece over here, and we have another piece of the lace. Okay. Got a lot of stuff in my way. My messy desk here. Okay. Oh, I like that. Of course, it could do that, but I like that going down like that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and cut this piece, and it's got kind of a little rope looking thing going on right there. We'll go ahead and bring that in and have it touch the other piece. Let's do this on. Sorry if I'm out of frame. Just getting some glue all especially on the edges. And yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead, put this down. Okay, so we have our lace. We have our napkin. We're going to put down this little piece. Was this scrap from one of our other making days? And we have been doing this where we have been coming out of the center of embellishments. What if we go ahead and we add this little heart? Yeah, I like that. Oh, and then behind that heart should have some Rapunzel hair. Okay, so this is a page ensemble where you are decorating on a side-by-side page like this. I call that a page ensemble. And all your parts count. So whatever you do on a page ensemble will count towards using your 4 items. So you could on one page use the lace, one page use the napkin, one page use, yeah, one page, your 4 items. Or you can mix them all together like I am trying to do here. So here we finally got a really thin, and we don't need the really thin one this time because we're going under the heart, but that's okay. Okay, so this is gonna go right on top of there. Okay, I've lost my words again. I think they're up here. Okay, so brew a cup of coffee. Okay, and now we need to go ahead and use our binding thread. So I am looking for the page that I've already cut items from. Okay, there's this. Okay, these are from the Chocolate Desserts Digital. It's available in the Etsy shop. Today is the last day. It is 50% off, along with its companion kits. I think we'll go ahead and let's do the mousse. And I'm going to go ahead. This is part of the mini journal kit, part of the digital kit. This digital kit has 32 pages. It has side-by-side pages. It has a mini journal kit. It has ephemera and okay. I don't want to lose the chocolate pie. You ever have that happen? Think you have a great idea and then... Okay, well, here we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and glue this onto my little triangle here. And I'm going to put it down here in this corner. Okay, let's go ahead and... And then hopefully we can go ahead and there we go. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and I have my thread. Okay, it's going to be close. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here, just above my chocolate mold. and pull this through. I'm going to hold this, come over to the edge here, and I'm going to stitch around the outside. I haven't done this in a while because it takes time, and it's like, do I want to do that? That's going to take time in a video, and a lot of the times I say no. So a lot of times you guys get to do things that I would do, but I just don't want to take the time for the video part of it to waste your time. But I've done it before. I think at least I did hand sewing in the Spring Blossom series. I know that for sure. Okay, so we'll go ahead and I'll fast forward through the rest of this. You might have noticed I left my needle in, and that was so that I could go back underneath the string. Okay, so now the needle in the kitty. Now we'll go ahead and make a bow. You also saw that I notched the edges where I first started so that hopefully the string will stay in those places. Then I also put some the blob of the fabric tack down on the knot in the back and added that little piece of napkin that had flown, literally flew onto the table while I was creating. So okay, so there we go. We've sewn around the edge, we added that, and we can go ahead and just add this down here. It can be a little place that something might come and hang out in. Might be a tuck. It could be a tuck. Okay, but there we have our napkin, our book page, our lace, and our binding string. Of course, we could do the binding string could also be the messy thread instead of Rapunzel hair, and you would have had everything in that one little area there. So okay, so that is number 3. If you're here at the premiere, I'm waving hi, and say hello to Midnight. Hi, Midnight. I'm so glad you joined us today. If this is your first Dear Julie premiere, just know it is a pre-recorded video, but we are live in the chat, and that's why we do the premiere. We are here every day at 10:30 Pacific Standard Time, and you are welcome to join us. We like to do this for inspiration as well as to keep in touch, and it has been a lot of fun. We also have our Scrap All About It with Dear Julie Facebook group. You can join us. It's in the details. The details are in the description box down below. The link is in the description box down below. Also, don't forget that the chocolate desserts digital kit as well as the dark swirl digital kit are on sale in the Etsy shop. Today is the last day, 50% off. And so let's get back to our program. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to number 4. And number 4 is going to be taking the book page. Okay, so we have this side is totally plain. This side has our writing. And so we can go ahead and, okay, let's do it this way. There we go. And there we go. Okay, so this is my, well, not mine, but a flip up, flip down. Okay, so flip up, flip down. You've got journaling space here. This can become a pocket if we want it to. And we are going to go ahead and this one, let's see. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece along here. Okay. Okay. So now I want to add my glue to the bottom of this. I have another one that should be ready. Okay, so make sure that the top is screwed on if you're using the bottom. Okay, so we'll go ahead and pull the dried glue off. See if we can get this started. Glue, glue, glue. Glue, glue, glue. Okay, I'm putting the glue down. For some reason, it doesn't want to just come out with the light squeeze, so, but you can just go ahead and put some on and then move it around. I want to make sure that I'm all the way to the edges on this. Okay, then we're going to come over and add our flowers. Okay, just like we did before. This one's wetter. Okay. Okay, we missed this whole edge here. We can fix that though. Just come in with the glue just like that. Okay. Then we'll cut it down. And this, I could have flipped it down and had it be decoration on there, but I didn't. Okay. Okay, so that gives us that. This is going to come down. Now for my lace here, I am going to make some lace. So we are going to come down and pull out my favorite Martha Stewart punch, put it in, punch, bring it down, line it up, make sure everything is over, punch, bring it down, line it up, make sure everything is over, and punch. Okay, so we have made our own lace using our Martha Stewart punch, because in this challenge you can use any of your tools and I highly recommend that you do. So if you use a new tool, or not a new tool, but one that you haven't used in a while and you use it in this challenge, please make sure that you let us know, because, you know, inquiring minds would love to know. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one is we are going to go ahead and grab our double-sided tape. Okay, actually, we'll wait. Okay, we're going to go ahead and leave area string to tie for this to close. Okay, leave string for this to close. We're going to come around it. It's just going to have one closure, right? Can't do more than that because, yeah, it would close it. We'd never be able to get in it. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and tie this closed. So just a simple little shoestring bow to tie it closed. So we got our book page, our lace, our napkin, and this is our binding string. There. Okay, so that'll have it closed, and then I'm gonna knot the ends of this. I just think for this one, because they're longer, that's gonna be a nice addition. You could even add something to the bottoms of these strings like you would for a signature string. Okay, so there's that. But we need to, this needs to be put down. We'll go ahead and just use this washi tape, but we'll put glue also. Okay. Washi tape and glue. Okay. So this can be become a it can be a pocket. So we can put this in by putting glue here, here, and here, and put it in the journal as a pocket, or it can be a floating pocket. If it's a floating pocket, then I would probably change what's going on the back of it. Okay, but this gives us our 4 items. We have our open it up and enjoy, the flip up, flip down. Okay. And then we have our beautiful pocket with our paper lace, our napkin, our book page is made into a pocket, and then our binding string here on the side. And again, these are long, so I think I'll go ahead and just to give them a little bit of just that little extra, put a knot on the end of it. If you put knots on your, well, you've seen me make the knotty tassel, and we put knots on all the ribbons and everything. I haven't made a tassel in a while. Have you made a tassel in a while? Okay, and then we have the beautiful card that we made with our page out of the journal that goes like this. And look at, we could go ahead and put something in there just like that. So, but I don't want to waste one of those. Okay, so there's that. And that. And we have our page. Okay, so we added napkin to the edge of our page, and I actually like the way this is curling. And go ahead and curl it back a little bit. I see a couple places where our glue is coming up. I can just go ahead and fix that. But don't glue it to the back page. Okay, so there's our page and our little flip up, flip down. Which one is your favorite? Was there an idea here that made you go, oh yeah, I haven't done that in a while? Or was there something new that you haven't tried? And have you used paper lace in a journal? And remember, you could also use a doily, a paper doily. So, and of course, we can also, you could use your Dollar Tree lace. And we are going to be using Dollar Tree lace in this journal, but I did want to use this paper lace. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this. And which one's your favorite? I love the page. I love the use of the napkin. I think that it's going to be really, really fun, and I think it's going to look nice with our journal that we've got going on here. So yeah, so there you go. Find something to celebrate every day. Have an amazing day. I'll see you tomorrow. And all of the diamonds and the emeralds, get ready for your full video of next month's Junk Journal Challenge. It'll be brought to you sometime during the day on Saturday. Have a great day. Bye. Bye-bye.